Ndị be anyị ekene m unu. Asịrị m nke e chiri ya zelu. Azụkwara m ka ụbọchị nke taa mara anyị ncha niile mma. Ise. Alright, thank you for joining us once again at Eastern News 24, a home of Biafra news updates. Any update where they happen across the eastern part of Nigeria, you go get them at Eastern News 24. I'm gonna come up on also na Oga Law. Alright. Ya bụ audio clip ị na-eji n'ugbu a. Ife ya agba mbọ bụ gee ya ọfụma. Our brother really shocked me in this audio. In fact, I've never listened to this kind of deep insight. When I call it deep eyes opening, my eyes was open after listening to this audio. I don't want to talk much about it. Just do yourself a favor and make sure you're listening to it from the beginning to the end. And I assure you, you will not regret this. Together, we will liberate the sovereign state of Biafra. All right, over to you, my brother.
You see that these people are all liars, and I'll tell you how they lie. You see, this thing I'm saying now is applicable to me, it's applicable to you, it's applicable to our respective parents and ancestors, it's applicable to everyone that visited or is visiting or will ever visit this world. Everything I say now is applicable to all. We know that our position of entry, the condition upon entry into this world from the womb, speaks of total vulnerability. That means total emptiness. There is nothing in us. We couldn't contribute much to the world. We have to be given first before we can contribute. In fact, from the womb feeds us everything we are eating. That means for anybody to stay born to this world, they first of all must receive. Without receiving, you would have nothing to give out. You can see the principles of output depending on input. That means something must go into you before you can release anything out. I hope you're getting the point. So, our condition on entry into this world from the womb speaks of total emptiness, total vulnerability. That simply tells you that even the words we speak, even the language we speak is borrowed, is learnt, is taken from others. Because we came with nothing. We came with no alphabet. We came with no books. We came with no language. We came with no grass. We came with no sand. We came with no tree. We came with no water. We came with absolutely nothing. That is the first truth. That simply means that the world had already been created by Chukwokike. Oluwa, God the Creator. The world had already been created, and everything that we will end up latching onto, everything that will sustain us for us to be able to do any work on earth, had already been placed on this earth before our arrivals. That is without question. That couldn't be challenged by any, even the insane cannot challenge it. So, on arrival, we are coming totally empty, totally. So that simply means that even the words we speak, we have to learn and borrow. Does that make sense? Now that simply means that we created nothing. So whenever you hear anybody saying, I own this, I own that, I created that, you are looking at a liar. You're looking at a thief. Whenever also you see somebody who is receiving praise by others saying, here comes the man who gave us this, who created that, and the person is not saying, oh, no, I didn't create this. Okay? The idea for creating this is borrowed from so and so place. I first had the inspiration to do this from doing this, that, and that. For example, I know the theories I could claim that I developed. In fact, it's development we do. We develop what is already there, okay? But I can't say I created the 5-finger theory. I don't even own the 5 fingers. I didn't make them. So I can't claim to be the owner because I borrowed the concept. Because first of all, I saw the fingers. I had to study the fingers. I had to see the interplay between the fingers. I had to see the individuality in the fingers. I had to see and understand that when one of these fingers, irrespective of how small they are, is no longer performing, the rest will be overburdened and they will overcompensate. I had to study to understand that even though these 5 fingers are not of equal size, that these 5 fingers are all equally fingers because they all have unique roles to play. I had to study and find out, based on what I am seeing, based on what is already there, that though these 5 fingers have not chosen their location, but they can mix and support one another in their various roles. And with the mixing and with the complementing, collaborating, cooperating, they can now provide the services required of them to the body. I now had to study by looking at it, observing it, and seeing what they are doing, because if the 5 fingers were not there, I wouldn't be able to do it. I now studied and found that, oh well, even though they are all in various locations, and you look at them, and you will agree with me that none of them chose the location they are in. Just like we're born in different locations. We never chose our parents. We never chose our location. We are just where we are born, but we can move about and cross-fertilize our others with ideas and replenish this world. So you look at those 5 fingers, you know that yes, they never chose their locations. And of course, it is impossible for one to replace the other. That means it doesn't matter who you are. You can't do what God has assigned me to do in this world. Neither can I do the unique role God has assigned you. Even if I try doing it, I won't do it better than you, because that is your calling. That God gifted each person, just like each finger is unique to their own rules. So, but I'm not going to come tomorrow and say, I created the 5-finger theory. No, I didn't. What I did was to recreate. What I did was to develop, because the idea was not originally mine. Okay? That's why I say to everybody that because we're coming from a position of emptiness, it becomes a lie that any mortal being has originality to anything. It doesn't matter what that thing is. So we are making bogus claims. We are just stealing when we say we created this, we can't create. We recreate. That is the power God gifted us, so we can look at what is already there, either provided by God or reintroduced by recreation by others who had come before us. And then from there, it could trigger something uniquely different that could now become an added value to what is already in existence. Okay? That is how it works. So, that's why I tell everybody that because we are coming from a position of total emptiness, nobody in this world has originality to anything. Nobody in this world can introduce anything that is perfect. Nobody in this world can introduce anything without rooms for improvement. No human being on earth can do it. It's impossible. Because we are already limited. We are coming from a position of total emptiness. So because we are limited, it is impossible for anything that is limited to provide anything that is limitless. We don't build from scratch. We only rebuild from something that is already built. Okay, that is what we do. And that is why when you understand this, you find that we have only two major roles to fulfill on this earth. Because everything we see in this world introduced by man is limited, has room for improvement. So, and there are lies everywhere. Okay, an aspect of what we are required to do in this world is what I'm doing right now. Because that aspect is that we have to correct every lie we see. And it doesn't matter who recreated the lie. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it is our parents. It doesn't matter whether it is our ancestors. It doesn't matter, because everybody, they are all lying. Lies are everywhere. Okay? So, you go down to that fact that, who is it? Yes? Okay, just wait for me, I'll come in. So, you just have to, so there are two roles to play. One is to deal with any lie, okay? Correct, because once something, like now, I've identified that they are all liars, and I'll tell you how they are lying, okay? My job now is to right those wrongs, at least open it up so people understand that these are lies. These are lies, and make it obvious. So by doing that, I've provided an opportunity for these lies to be corrected. Okay? The other aspect is to look at it doesn't matter what it is, as far as that thing is within your scope of expertise, because we are all talented differently. Whatever you see, it doesn't matter how good it is, no matter how good it is. Remembering that no human being can deposit anything on earth that is perfect or without room for improvement, look at that thing. Look at that thing. And begin to work at ways to add value to that thing and make it better. Because everything on earth has room for improvement, so long as that thing is introduced by or reintroduced by mortal beings. So we are here and we are on this earth to right the wrongs that are obvious to us. And we are here in this world to add value to things that are already serving us and things that are good. So, two roles to play. That's what we are here for. And if you're not doing one or the two of them, you are of no use to this earth. You are of no use. You are wasting your time. Because the unique gift God gifted you is there so that you can do at least one, but two of these that I tell you. You must seek to right every wrong that is presented on your path. Your job is to right that wrong. At least contribute to righting that wrong. Okay? It doesn't matter whose wrong it is. Whether it is your parents, your ancestors, it doesn't matter. Once you look at this thing and you know this is a lie, your job is to do or say something about it. And keep insisting. Okay? The other job you have is within the scope, within your area of expertise. You have a duty to add value to even the best that you see in that area of expertise. So if you are a maker of gold, if you are what it doesn't matter what it is. If you are a farmer, okay, and you've seen a good way, the best way you think you can farm, or somebody has introduced something, your job is to look for adding value to that thing, because nobody can make it perfect. No, you just add value. Somebody else will come tomorrow and add value to what you have done. That is how it is. So whenever you see all these people, whether they are wearing robes or whether they are claiming to be Pope, they are claiming to be, or they are, whether it is not whether they are or whether they claim, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter whether they say they are presidents or they say they are prime ministers or they say, oh, I am a big tech owner. I'm this and that. I invented this. I saw this. I made this. They're all liars. The only time you know they're not lying, or even those people whom you attribute these things to, like I could say the owner of Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg. If Mark Zuckerberg does not come out and say, look, I don't own Facebook, I didn't create Facebook, I just had an idea about Facebook, and that idea came from so and so place. Because if he doesn't say that, he's a liar. If he does not say that, he is a liar. And remember, every liar is a thief, because they're looking to deceive, they're looking to steal, they're looking to take an undue advantage. They don't want to give credit where credit is due. Okay? So if I'm giving you an example now, if I say, oh, Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, and the Mark Zuckerberg does not come out at some point to say, I'm flattered, please, this is the truth. Even though people claim I own Facebook, even though people claim I created Facebook, I don't own Facebook. Neither did I create Facebook. We all own Facebook. Even though I'm the highest benefactor of Facebook, I am the highest benefactor from Facebook because the initial idea that led to Facebook came from me, but that idea came from somewhere else. This is where I drew the inspiration from, because the idea to create or recreate Facebook, because everything we do is to recreate. We don't create anything. Okay? We use what is already obtainable in order to recreate from them, from the things that are already obtainable. That is the sequence. The thing is that we flooded our mouths and our brains with wrong ideas, wrong concepts, because we had gone through this wrong path and lied the hell out of our senses. So even the language we speak is also wrong, because our heads are filled with lies. Okay? So, what Mark Zuckerberg must be doing, and should be doing, is to say, look, I don't deserve to be called the owner of Facebook. Neither do I deserve to be called the creator. I didn't create Facebook, no. This is how Facebook came about. Yes, I am the highest benefactor. I am, because the initial idea, which couldn't have given us Facebook anyway, but that initial idea came from so and so place. I drew that idea from so and so place. I saw two people doing this or that. I saw something, because without something, there will be nothing. Trust me, when it comes to humanity, our existence here. So he needs to explain that. And then he has to go further, because everything I'm telling you now is the truth, and that is how it worked. He has to go further to say, as soon as that idea came, I wrote it down, I thought about it, I looked at all the possibilities, I discussed it with a friend, I discussed it with this person and that person and that person, and that person also came up with, somebody from my discussions came up with another idea. This person then brought this idea, this person, and then we began to work together. Because even if he had that idea, he couldn't have brought Facebook to what it is by himself. Impossible. Impossible. Nobody. Just go to my wall and look at what I posted about Bill Gates, who was trying to tell the world about how the world works. Go and see it. They have blocked it, but try to walk your way just to listen to that. Even though they are saying the facts, I'm telling you, the fact checkers are also liars, because they are not giving you details. Okay? Bill Gates said enough there to make you realize that this man is sick. Very sick. Very, very sick. Especially when he was asked whether this is a pattern of behavior. Whether this is a pattern of behavior. So until the fact checkers begin to give you details of what is factual and what is false, they are all liars, because they are seeking to confuse you. They are seeking to cover the truth. They are seeking to deceive. And every deception is intended to kill and to steal. Okay? That's the intention behind deception. Stealing and killing and destruction. That is the purpose for deceit. Okay? So, they are all liars, all of them. When they pretend to be... Go and ask the Pope now. If he is honest, he will tell you he is nothing. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter whether he has read. He's nothing. None of us is anything other than human beings. Other than mortal beings that have ideas. Ideas that on their own can't do very much. Ideas that came from somewhere. Ideas that are borrowed. So the fact that we are coming from a total position of emptiness simply means that everything we have, everything we are going to have, everything we are, is an acquisition, is borrowed. Everything. Doesn't matter what that is. Because even the language we speak is borrowed. Even the language we speak. The phone I'm holding here, everything is borrowed. Every human being. So whenever somebody is coming to you to say, I created this, I own this, they are a liar. Or trying to pretend, I have seen God, I know everything about God, I know about the world, I own this, I own that. They are all lying to you. They are liars. They are not telling you the truth. Because everybody came from a total position of emptiness. We brought nothing to the world. Everything we have, everything we are going to have, everything we are, is an acquisition. Acquisition. And every acquisition must be surrendered. Okay? Everything, and I mean everything. Bill Gates doesn't own Microsoft. You know it. Mark Zuckerberg doesn't own and didn't create Facebook. He only had an idea. And that idea came from somewhere. If he is honest, he'll come out and say, something triggered that idea. Okay? I saw this, or I read this, or the idea came from, for Christ's sake, Mark Zuckerberg went to school. Somebody taught him. Ideas were built from somewhere else. It wasn't him that originally came with the idea. He just came with that idea. The idea in itself isn't sufficient to bring about Facebook. If he is honest, he will tell you the truth. Because he had to sell that idea to other people, his close friends, associates, whatever. And those people now saw what he was thinking and brought their own ideas. And they began to explore those ideas. And even those ideas were not sufficient to bring about Facebook if you and I did not subscribe to Facebook. But the thing is that our world has been structured with lies. Our world has been structured for people to deceive, to steal, to kill. That is why everybody is lying. They're all lying. Look at Bill Gates telling you that is not how the world is meant to be. Who is he? What does he know about the world? Did he create the world? Well, I can't wait now for this man to come and tell us how the world is supposed to work. He said, this is not how the world is supposed to work. Now they went and covered that thing on my Facebook, trying to talk about their fact checkers. And I'm making it clear that your fact checkers are also liars. Because if a fact checker is not in giving you details as to what is fact and what is fiction, what is false, they are also there seeking to deceive and confuse the public. These are all lies. And at the end of the day, what are they lying for? Let me tell you what they are lying for. They are only lying to be in control of something they're not supposed to be in control of. They're only lying because they want to be in possession of what is not theirs. They're only lying because they want to confuse you to believe that they own what is not meant to be theirs. They also want to subdue and subjugate you and make you to believe that they are the custodians and owners of a world that they visited just like you. Now they are lying, trying to deceive you so they can steal everything. But let me tell you, they will forget because they are delusional. These are very sick people. And that's why I say that psychiatry is actually a fraud, because psychiatry did not make any provisions for those who needed it most. Psychiatry targeted the weak, the vulnerable, and the poor. It did not target these people that are really, really seriously sick. Okay? Psychiatry missed out. That's why I feel psychiatry is a fraud. You are looking at people who are lying through their teeth. And let me tell you, everything they are lying for, everything, just trust me, I am not lying to you. Everything they are lying to gain, they can't keep. Because the things they are lying to gain, first of all, they did not bring them to the world. They never created any of these things they are fighting for, they want to keep. So they did not create them, the things they are lying for. They did not bring them to the world. And you know what? They won't be able to take them out of this world. Do you understand? So it doesn't matter how they try to do all this lying and then amass whatever, yeah? Because let me tell you what happens in the end. I've told you already how we come into the world totally empty, with nothing, confusion. In fact, we rely on others totally for our survival. Everybody went through that process, including the dead Queen of England, okay? And we're all going to go through that process anyway.